Alright mates, cheers, welcome back to another Lakers Sparrow episode. I've got a special one for you guys today. What I'm actually going to be going over is a lot of the special pieces in my shrine, like some of the pieces that you guys see behind me. So I'm actually going to go over some of these and talk a little bit about where I got them, the meaning to me, and some of the values on some of these items I've been collecting for the past 20 years or so. So let's get right to it. Oh, and one more thing, if you guys haven't already noticed, Sparrow's voice is back. If you watched the last two videos of me doing my Lakers post-game recaps, I was a little under the weather. Let's just keep it at that. So now that I'm feeling a lot better, the voice is back, and I'm ready to show you guys some awesome pieces in the shrine. So let's get to it. I got to make it kind of quick because I'm actually off to the Laker game tonight against Orlando, so let's hit it. Alright mates, so first section I want to show you guys is a section I call my Rings of Glory. So in this area here is where I have my Lakers replica championship rings going from 1972 to 2010. A few replica championship trophies as well. And then sitting on top, I have a personal Jerry Buss signed business card. I actually acquired this when I was attending a Lakers game at Long Beach State at the Pyramid when they used to have their summer prella games there. I happened to have approached Jerry Buss walking out of the stadium and didn't have anything for him. And he had handed a business card to me and went ahead and signed it for me. So not much else to the history behind that other than, obviously I got to meet him. I didn't have anything for him ready to sign. So he said, hey, here's one of my cards. And I happened to have had a pen on me. I didn't have a Sharpie. And he went in and signed that for me. And, it's one of the special pieces that I have, particularly the fact that I don't have a lot signed by Jerry Buss. I have had an opportunity to meet him a few times, but it's always a really cool conversation piece on anytime I bring people to the shrine and start talking about particular pieces that have a lot of meaning to me, so that is pretty cool. Alright guys, now we're coming over here to the showcase area, and in here you'll see some old vintage Sports Illustrated Laker covers that are signed by Laker legends, of course. And these are only 4 of about 30 pieces that I have of the original Lakers Forum floor. When the Lakers moved from the Forum to Staples Center, they tore out the floor, they tore out most of the seating, and sold these 8x10 floor pieces in a box with a nameplate, and it comes with a letter of authenticity. And when I first started collecting these were easy to find probably in the late 1990s, early mid-2000s. They're extremely hard and difficult to find now. You can still find them. They're just a bit more work to find because the value of these have only gone up so much. It's like insane. If you find just a blank one, it could go in the range of maybe a couple $100. If you find one that's signed, depending on who it's signed by, could go within the range of $400 to $700. So again, it really just kind of depends, but I'm really lucky to have a lot of these pieces that I have. This one here has the 7 Laker Hall of Famers, everybody except for Wilt with their Hall of Fame years. This one does have the 7 original Laker Hall of Famers. Oh no, 2. Yeah, no, there's 7, okay. I miscounted, sorry about that. 7 original Laker Hall of Famers that does have Wilt. You got Showtime down here. And then the Magic Man, I believe that's a red stripe from the 3-point line, if I'm not mistaken. But I don't know 100%. Couple of Laker business cards down here, signed by Stu Lance. Got the great Bill Sharman. This is a really cool index card size, 1-of-1 piece that I picked up recently from a collector that had been sending out these custom-made index bios on players of all sports, and I picked up the 5 that he had for sale from the Lakers just recently. So this is a really cool piece because it's 1-of-1. I had a really good conversation with the guy that made these and sent them out. He had said that there's nothing else like this out there. As a hobby for the last 40 years, he was making these, sent them to players, got a lot back in return, and finally decided he wanted to cut down his collection a little bit and just started selling them away. And I was able to pick that one up, as well as John Cundler, coach of the Minneapolis Lakers, Vern Mickelson, Slater Martin. I have one more as part of that collection, which is a Gail Goodrich. I'll show you guys that one just in a bit. Just to talk about this one really quick, I really like this Vern Mickelson one only because this is a later autograph during his later years in his life before he had passed away. God bless, rest his soul. You could look at, just the signature and the penmanship of this, how it just looked like he had a very shaky hand, kind of like that. And I'll show you a picture right here of an image of his signature back during his playing days, and even, maybe in his 40s, 50s, 60s before his autograph started to look like that. But yeah, that one's really cool. That's actually the only autograph I have of Nicholson with the penmanship that just looks like he's signing an autograph on a rocking boat. So, super cool piece. Alright, mates. Now moving on over here. So this is a section where I have my Lakers Wheaties boxes. Now, from left to right, this is the 1987-88 Champions Wheaties box that's signed by Magic, Worthy, Mr. Scott, Kareem, AC, and Koopaloop. As a kid, this was, I believe, one of the very first items I collected in the shrine. And as I first started going to my first signing events with my dad, I believe this was one of the very first pieces that I actually completed, which was an accomplishment towards me that I think really spiked my interest towards memorabilia and autographs. So I cherish this piece a lot because it kind of just goes back to my teenage days where it all kind of began. So, and I don't know too many people that actually had this Wheaties box signed by all 6 of the players. There's actually some more autographs in the back of like Michael Thompson, Kurt Rambis. I think I have Mike Smeck on there. So if I can catch any of the other guys, like maybe like Billy Thompson, Milt Wagner, that'd be pretty cool to try to get them. Even Pat Riley on that, but yeah, time will tell. We'll see. And then right here, I have the 2009 Lakers Championship Wheaties box signed by everybody except for Kobe and Derek Fisher. A lot of these autographs I maintained over at the practice facility when it was a lot easier to get these guys. Right now, since they've moved over to a new facility, it's not quite as easy. And then the 2010, I just opted not to get anybody to sign that. Alright, now moving on over here. This is another really cool piece that I love in my collection. This is an actual floor piece from the Great Western Forum as well. Just like these over here to the right. But it's not an 8x10. This was a huge strip that was left behind that was never actually cut up in an 8x10 size. This is probably about, I want to say, 3 or maybe 4 of the 8x10 boards stacked on top of each other long. And what I really love about this piece, not only does it have the red stripe at the bottom here, probably from the free throw line or whatnot, but it has a lot of like greats, legends that have all inscripted their autograph on this board. The only one I would really like to get is Pat Riley up at the top. So if I ever have an opportunity to get him, he would definitely go up there. I wish I had Chick Hearn and Wilt on this, but unfortunately, when I started putting this together, they had already passed away. Well, Chick had not passed away, but I didn't get an opportunity to get him. So rest in peace. But that last piece up there is totally reserved for Mr. Pat Riley. So I'm hoping maybe if I have any luck, I can get a hold of the Miami Heat front office. Send them a picture, kind of tell them a little bit about me, my store, my collection, and maybe if I'm lucky enough, have him allow me to send it to him. This piece here, since I'm kind of strolling down, showing you guys, this is another obvious floor piece from the Great Western Forum. What I love about this is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's autograph, but he actually signed his full name, Kareem. Almost every other autograph that you'll see, like this one, he usually only just signs Abdul-Jabbar. This one he signed Kareem. Super rare. You don't see a lot of people that have that autograph where he signs the full name. So I really cherish that piece a lot. And right here on my desk, I've got this really cool rare Kareem Abdul-Jabbar limited edition, limited printed 1989 commemorative plate that came out in commemorative of him for his 20 years. It is autographed down there in gold. You can see that. I've been wanting to pick this one up for the longest time. Had recently just picked it up from a guy that was selling it on OfferUp for $30. Mates, I could not even press the buy it now button any quicker because for that price, I spend more on dinner for that price, mate. So, I mean, for $30, I think it was $25, $5 shipping, an amazing fucking deal. That's me, just in case you want to screenshot that, get a hold of me. Tight. That's me right there, baby. And while we're talking about me, this is an actual Lakers ticket stub. There we go. We zoom in there. Ticket stub that I was on. Me and my mom, my buddy Devin, which rest his soul, mate. We miss you, buddy. That was a ticket stub that I was on back in 2015 already. Oh my goodness. Fucking crazy. And then, well, here's another really cool piece that I admire so much in my collection. So this one right here is a Kobe Bryant signed 81-point game ticket. So check this out, mates. I had a really good friend of mine till this day that's still really close with Shaq, Kobe, Horace Grant, Karl Malone. I mean, the list goes on. Everybody from that 2002 to 2004 team, she was super close with. But she got this ticket signed, and for my birthday, I want to say about 5 years ago, she gave this to me as a gift. And till this day, I couldn't be any more thankful for that. It's fucking amazing. I mean, the value of just the ticket alone is probably somewhere in a couple hundreds. Now that it is signed, it probably quadruples that easily. Easily, mates. So, definitely couldn't show the collection. And we got, of course, Devin George over here. Definitely couldn't show the collection without that piece. Alright, now this section is what I call the Ball of Fame. This is all my basketball stacked in the nameplates on a bench that I have that's built into the wall here. As I started collecting basketballs in my teenage years, they were originally just stacked on my dresser, which I don't currently have that anymore, but I had that stacked on my dresser, and as I was running out of room, I ended up using that window bench that you obviously can't see because that's what all the basketballs are sitting on. But as I started collecting, I had no choice but to stack them all on there, and it actually turned out to be a pretty perfect fit, wouldn't you say? So, coming over here, you'll see a lot of the different basketballs I've signed by a lot of the Laker greats. We'll just kind of go down the rows here. And correct me if I'm wrong, but do these nameplates not help? I mean, some of these autographs, particularly Sam Perkins, some of these you cannot read for shit. They are so bad. I mean, I had originally, check this out, mates. Originally, when I started collecting these signed basketballs, what I had actually done was I just wrote their names on just a piece of paper and just stuck it on the basketball case until my dad saw it one day. He's like, that is cheesy as fuck, mate. So let's upgrade a little bit and actually get some professional nameplates made. This is a cool one. You got both Magic and Bird on there. Wilt the Stilt, Pat Riley, Gal Goodrich, Jamal, Dennis the Worm Rodman, Fisher. Yeah, see, that's just another bad autograph. If I didn't have the nameplate on that, you would definitely not have known, unless you have his autograph already, on who that was. Lamar, Chris Mem. Bowen Scott. Big Chicky, baby. Bill Shaman. This one's kind of cool because that one has both his Hall of Fame years as a player and as a coach. Minneapolis Lakers ball. That's signed by all the Laker Hall of Famers, all 6 of them. So that ball has got to be worth somewhere in the range of about $2,000 or so. Super rare piece. 2006 Lakers team ball. That's signed by everybody except for Aaron McKee. Fucking Aaron McKee, man. What a bum. But, he's part of the team, so what I might have to do is actually send that in. I believe he works for the Philadelphia 76ers front office. Send that in and hope that maybe he'll sign that for me. 2009 championship team. That's signed by everybody except for Kobe. Talking about Kobe, it's Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal signed basketball. Lakers team ball, that's just signed by a whole bunch of miscellaneous Laker players. And Dwight Howard, he's up way in the top right corner, so I'm going to have to move him on down. Now this piece here, this is an actual Lakers Forum champion, the Great Western Forum. As you can see, it has the number 8. So that was a big decision for me because considering the fact that it had number 8 on the chair, it's like, well, I was debating on whether or not I should wait and try to get signed by Kobe or just take the opportunity that I had to get Laker legend players that were having upcoming signings, and that's what me and my pops decided to do. So Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Gail Goodrich, as you see, we're doing public events, and we just decided just to have them sign it. And You know, I would have loved to have had Wilt Chamberlain on that piece, but unfortunately he had already passed away by the time we had started putting this together. On the chair here, you'll see old Lakers Illustrated magazines, Jerry West, Baylor. So this Gail Goodrich is piece number 5 of that set of 5 of the Kunla, Jerry West, Bud Mickelson, and Slater Martin. All the best, Gail Goodrich, Hall of Fame '96. Super cool piece. I just love the fact this is only one of one. No one else has one out there. I really prey on these kind of like items, man. I just absolutely love these pieces. I'm just, I'm a Laker fan at heart. I'm obviously a big time collector, but I love vintage memorabilia. You'll see some of these over here. Not sure if you guys are familiar with this set. This is the full complete set of the Chevron Laker Legends pin set. Had gotten all 5 of these signed throughout the years. Hot Rod Hundley was probably the toughest one to get because he was affiliated with the Utah Jazz as their play-by-play caller. So I actually got a hold of him. Actually, I take it back. I'm not going to take credit for it, mates. My dad did it. My dad got a hold of the Utah Jazz. Asked if we could send these in. We actually got 2 of these signed. And they said yes, and he signed them and then sent them back. So I don't think I have seen this full complete set actually signed. So I take a lot of pride in this because this was another piece that I started putting together and completed as a late teenager. So I've had this for quite a while now. All right, here is George Mikan, numbered 105 out of 500, authenticated through PSI DNA, lithograph. You can see like the signature signed right there, and pencil, signature of the artist. And it's a super amazing George Mikan piece. One of my favorite pieces by George Mikan that I do have. It's a little bit bigger than a 16 by 20. But again, going back to vintage memorabilia, this is another piece I absolutely love. The retail value for this right now is going about the $400, $500 range. You'll see them around eBay. You'll see them fluctuate for a bit. But retail value, I've been looking up the price of this. It goes for a pretty good price. So I've had this for about 10 years or so in the collection. I do really admire it. This right here is Horace Grant's game worn elbow pad, knee pad, and then 2 of his ankle bracelets for when he played for the Lakers in the 2004 season, not 2001, the 2004 season that they had actually lost to the Pistons. So talking about game worn memorabilia, all these shoes down here, all game worn basketball shoes by ex-Laker players. We'll start on this end. This is Sam Bowie. The purple and black ones are Ruben Patterson, the Kobe stopper, supposedly, yeah. Sasha, Chris Mim, Brian Cook. Back over there, way underneath the shoe in the corner, we got Ramon Sessions, Vladimir Radmanovich, Kareem Rush, Caron Butler, another Sasha Vujicic shoe, Chucky Atkins, Mitch Richmond, Eddie Jones, and Cedric Ceballos. I really love these Cedric Ceballos shoes, mainly because there's a poster in my room, which I will post right here, of him wearing the shoes, which is really fucking cool, like super fucking cool. So these shoes I actually had before I had an opportunity to get them signed, and I'll tell you a quick little story about these. I had a chance to meet Cedric Ceballos at Ventura College. He went to school locally here in my hometown of Ventura County, and he was a student at Ventura College playing basketball there, and he has his jersey retired up in the rafters. But after I had purchased these shoes, he was doing a summer basketball event with Rafer Alston, which also went to VC for a little while, just in case you didn't know that, Rafer Alston. And I brought these shoes as well as a fucking stack, mates. I'm talking a stack of Laker Ceballos cards. And at halftime, I went down, approached him, and just told him, like, I am a big Laker fan. I've had these game-worn shoes for about a couple of years now. Would you mind signing them? And he did. Obviously, you can see there's a Cedric Ice Ceballos. And I shit you not, mate. He must have signed probably close to about 50 Ceballos Laker cards one at a time, as we just stood there and had a conversation just about, his career, what he's doing post-career, if he comes back to VC often, stuff like that. So I just posted the picture, a quick little image of him wearing the shoes in that poster, which is really, really cool. So, yeah, another great piece in the shrine. You definitely can't talk about Lakers unless you talk about where it all began, and that's MPLS. I'm not sure if I know anybody else out there, mates, that actually has a signed George Mikan jersey, but I've got the blue one, number 99, and right next to him is the white 1952-53 edition Slater Martin Laker jersey. I love the story on this one. The Mikan, I mean, everything that I have, all have great fucking stories, okay? Don't get me wrong. But the Slater Martin one kind of hit me because there's a guy that I actually buy my NBA address books from. There's a guy that sells an NBA home address book too, and I think they're like $20 for the whole booklet. But anyways, I had purchased this jersey on eBay, and then from there I looked in the address book to see if Slater Martin's address was in there, in which it was. And what I did was I reached out to Slater and asked him if I could send him the jersey, and he just said yes. I mailed it out to him. He signed it, sent it back. Then literally probably like 4 months later, he kicked it. And not that I'm happy that he kicked it, but I'm happy the fact that that was my time for him to send it to him, and I did. Because I had actually been pushing it off for a little while once I purchased the jersey on eBay. But Slater Martin, again, I mean, he's hardly even talked about when it comes to Laker legends. And, thank you, man. Rest in peace. God bless your soul. Lakers for life, man. But awesome jersey in the collection. Come over here is Elgin Baylor. And then 1960 Lakers edition jerseys. Jerry West. Signed and authenticated. Alright, guys. I figured I would just talk about this one really, really quick. Now you look at this Sporting News newspaper cover and you don't really think much of it now. I mean, it's like, okay, it's a newspaper cover, Magic and Kareem. But there's something more to that than this. When I first bought this on eBay, I looked at this and not only just loved the shot between the two, but I saw this and I saw so much more. And I don't know what you guys see when you look at this cover, but I see the transition between old and new. Now, Kareem had already been in the league for about maybe 10 years now. But what I love about this, besides the fact that, it's signed by Kareem there in silver at the bottom, but the transition between old and new, the 70s to 80s, and not just that, the transition between the 70s style Laker jerseys that Kareem's wearing to the 80s styles 80s style jersey that Magic is wearing there. I don't know why, but when I saw it, I just thought it was so cool because I don't know if they had initially planned that when they did this shoot. But I thought it was really, really cool. I mean, you just don't see too many people that talk about the Laker just edition jerseys with the white numbers. I personally absolutely love the white number jerseys. I don't know. Like, I look at this piece and I'm like, okay, I would eventually love to get Magic Johnson to sign this, but it's just such a cool piece. And again, this newspaper, was October of 1980. And again, just that transition, 10-year NBA, legend. You got the rookie Magic Johnson coming from Michigan State. Just a really cool piece. And I don't know, I just figured I would share that with you guys. I mean, again, just like that jersey's transition, and again, old and new. I absolutely love it. Awesome piece. All right, now coming over here, I definitely could not show you guys the Laker collection without talking about these 3 boards, custom made by me and my pops. So real quick, I'm gonna go over just the making process of these. So we actually use like a wood base to initially glue down all the, let's see if we can get in there real quick. So all of this in here is all coffee stir sticks cut up into different sizes and glued down. So once we glued those down individually on this baseboard, then we start going through the process of filling in any other cracks in between the pieces of wood, then sanded it, and then used the acrylic paint to paint the purple and the yellow between all 3 of the boards. And then from there, used like a vinyl decal sticker to make the 3-point line, the free throw line, etc. And then once we were all done, we glossed it off and then went at it and started having Laker players between that time frame. This is the form, and then over here we have the Staples Center had players, key players within that time frame sign the boards. The Staples Center, I still have the free throw lines reserved because I'm going to have Shaq and Kobe when I eventually get them to sign that. I'm not going to go every single autograph that's on there, but there's a fucking lot on there, and obviously as you can see that. And then the form, still got some more room. You know, a lot of the guys are just super hard to come by nowadays. They just don't know where they're at, what they're doing. And the most current, this is post-Kobe era, just signed by Kuzma right now. So, again, another special piece in the Sparrow Shrine. All right, I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just love the conversation piece behind this Phil Jackson. Well, this is a great piece too. Getting some more Lakers forum floor pieces from the Great Western Forum. Just don't see too many of those around anymore. But this one here, mates, I absolutely love the cover of this Phil Jackson Sports Illustrated cover, because this is also a transition between the 90s era coming into the 2000 era. But it's Phil Jackson holding up the crystal ball with Magic and Kobe. He sees, you know, championships, rings in the future, success. But here's the kicker, guys. Obviously, you can see it's signed, but Phil Jackson's hairdresser actually lived like 4 houses down from me. So years ago, during like my teenage years, we had a block party. Billy Yamaguchi, which was Phil Jackson's hairdresser, came over, was telling me, you know, what celebrities' hairs and beards and etc. that he works on, and he had said that he cuts Phil Jackson's hair about once every month. So he said, if you're a fan, if you have something for me, give it to me, I'll get it signed for you. And which I did, and within 2 weeks he returned this item as well as 2 others that I have. And you know, I wish I could have actually had the opportunity to meet Phil. I've still never actually met him. The piece I do have signed was through my buddy that got it signed for me. But I just felt like I had to definitely share that piece, because again, people will see that kind of, it's like way down at the bottom of my bed down there. But again, just another fucking random piece I just had to share. So hopefully you guys like that one. And you know, Phil Jackson, man, you're the man, the Zen. Right now up here in my collection is my complete set of all the Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup figures. They actually go all the way around the room, up along the border. They go all the way around. You can kind of barely see, but anyways, coming over here, I mean, this is kind of where it all began, because the very first issue, the starting lineups that they made, was in 1987. And within just this first set was Michael Cooper, James Worthy, the Magic Man, and then Kareem. So that was the original first 4 of the 1987 set. Those are all signed. Well, Chamberlain's, and then Big Game James. This was part of the 1989 set. Byron Scott, Magic. Really rare piece as well in my collection. A one-on-one limited edition set of Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. That authenticity is for Magic's autograph, and then Larry Bird's authenticity is, I believe, in the back. And he just kind of goes around the room. Magic. A lot of D-Lock. Alright, as you can kind of see, these are just a few of the signed jerseys that I have hanging up in the rafters here in the Sparrow Shrine. Sam Perkins. I'm not going to go too into detail on the store behind this, but believe it or not, I found a guy on Craigslist about 10, 12 years ago, so that was selling this for $100. The guy used to be a ball boy for the Lakers. He actually sold me this one, as well as the signed Eldon Campbell Laker jersey. Sold them both to me for $200 each. Best deal I've ever gotten any Game 1 jerseys. That's a fact for sure. Especially these being old vintage 90s version jerseys. Absolutely love them. Again, I'm just more attracted to the 90s era and earlier when it comes to sports memorabilia. It's a game issued Corey Blunt jersey. That Axel, Storm and Norman Nixon, Jamal Wilkes. We'll come over here. Mr. If you're a true die-hard Lakers fan, you remember this. Brad Holland, he played on the 1980s Lakers championship team. I sent this out to him. He was working for a high school somewhere in Santa Monica. Got a hold of them. They said I could send it in. I sent it to him. He signed that and a few other items. So I do really like that piece a lot. And then, of course, Mr. Michael Thompson. while we're over here, I'll show you guys this. These are these 3 posters, the 11 by 17, are super rare to come by. What they are limited edition, printed but never released in the U.S. posters of Kareem, Worthy, and Magic. And not only do I just love the art in these posters, but these posters kind of replicate the style and game that these players actually played during the game. So you got, Kareem kind of like as a crane, do with like the sky hook. You got James Worthy kind of shooting out like a cannon when he goes out for a dunk. And you got like the Magic Man with like 5 basketballs in his hand. Yeah, super clever posters. I haven't had the chance to look up the artist's other work, but I found these, got them as a set of 3, and then throughout the years just got them signed. So really cool pieces. You won't see, I fucking guarantee you, mates, you won't see anybody that have these except for me. So you're seeing it now. Enjoy it. All right, now, mates, we're gonna make our way into the Sparrow restroom. All right, as we make our way in here, this is the Sparrow restroom where I keep a lot of my signed posters, photos, magazines. I got some signed tickets. As you come in here, you'll see again just miscellaneous stuff between 16 by 20, some old school magazines, my Sparrow cup. Probably the most expensive piece in the collection, my $3.95 Whole Foods toothpaste, mates. One of a kind, you ain't find that anywhere. Miscellaneous signed Laker ball, again, just random players from throughout the years. I believe the other Phil Jackson autograph, is right there. So there's Phil Jackson on that miscellaneous team sign ball. This right here is a authenticated signed Michael Jordan here. Magic Johnson. See, I was thinking Michael Jordan because I have a signed Michael Jordan Sports Illustrated in my closet, but I choose not to display it. But anyways, this is a Magic Johnson signed 1987 game worn shoe. I wish I had the other one to complete the set. I only have one. The other shoe you see back there is just a reflection off the mirror. But real quick story on this. My old coworker had a friend back in the 80s that used to be the Lakers media guide. So one day after a game, his friend was done shooting, interviewing. He was leaving the Lakers locker room, and as he was leaving the Lakers locker room, he realized, oh crap, I don't have a gift for my friend. So he passed Magic Johnson's locker. He took his shoe in his bag, backpack, whatever the hell he had, and he took his shoe. And then like the next day when he saw my ex-coworker, he was just like, yo, mate, like I did everything for you, so I picked this up last minute for you. And my buddy opens up the bag, and it's Magic Johnson's game worn shoe. He had it all throughout the years, didn't do anything with it. He donated to the collection, and I said, the first thing I'm going to do, mate, is to get it signed. I'm going to make sure to tag you in it. And it's a really cool piece. Again, I wish I had the other set, but you can kind of see like the cracking of the shoes and the delicacy of this. It's like falling apart, but it's a really cool piece. It's the first thing you see when you like walk into the restroom here. Again, just kind of going around, just a lot of signed tickets, Sports Illustrateds, posters. We got Adrian Dantley. Always been a big fan of his. Sam Perkins. Coming around. This is the 1972 signed team photo. That Flynn Robinson was actually super rare and random. I went to a Christmas event at a Lexus dealership in Santa Monica. They had a whole bunch of Laker legends there signing, hanging out, and Flynn Robinson had seen me kind of floating around holding this photo as well as a few other items and said, hey, like, I'm the great Flynn Robinson. I'm going to sign your photo. I was like, yeah, sure, okay, whatever, mate, And he just started going off, telling me stories on the championship year with this team, winning 33 straight games, playing alongside rookie Jim Clemens, right there, number 11. And the rest of the other Laker Hall of Famers, Wilt and West, Goodrich, Pat Riley. He said it was an experience that he'll never forget. He only played about a 6, maybe 7 year career, but it was nice just to have the opportunity just to talk to him. He wasn't that tall. He was probably somewhere around, I don't know, maybe like 6 foot. But super nice guy, and I'll never forget that as I look at this piece, that conversation that I had with Flynn. Again, really good guy, man. Rest in peace, mate. And this right here, I'm going to show you guys this really quick. This is the Cedric Sabalas poster on my restroom right here, where he's actually wearing those shoes. Like, how cool is that? Alright, you guys. So that was an update of the Sparrow Shrine. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I have some really cool pieces that I've never quite had the chance to kind of go over and discuss with you guys. So I have a little bit of an opportunity to do that with you guys today. But to be honest with you guys, I'm running late. I'm off to the Laker games tonight, so let's get the win. Oh, not only that, a week from today, next Wednesday, I'll be flying out to Brooklyn for the Lakers-Nets game. So look for me. I'll be there. Road Dogs in the house. As always, like, share, subscribe. Lakers for life. Let's get the win, mates.